Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share a chic fall capsule. I've cultivated some pieces from my own wardrobe and I've curated a capsule that's going to be really versatile for this season. I want it to serve as inspiration for you, but then more importantly, I'm using it kind of as a springboard for my own style. Now that I no longer use capsules exclusively, I find them to be really helpful for this purpose. So if there's a color that I want to wear or a silhouette that I want to experiment with, I'll create a capsule based on those ideas and then use that as a way to kind of test it out and really secure my personal style. So that's what I've done with today's capsule. And before we hop into it though, I want to thank Jemmy for sponsoring today's video. They have given me 2 pairs of shoes to style with this capsule, and I'll be talking a little bit about them as I go throughout everything, and then of course styling them throughout, and I will link everything in the description box. So let's get started. So like always, anytime I'm working on wardrobe cultivation or isolating a capsule wardrobe, I love to start with my color palette. I find that to be a really helpful starting point because color influences the season a lot for me, and then also more importantly, it allows me to kind of bring some colors to the forefront if I want to experiment with them. And so I tend to focus mostly on neutrals. I bring in pops of color occasionally, but for this one in particular, I really wanted to pare it back and keep it as simple as possible. And I did that not only for myself, but also for maximum versatility for your own inspiration. So you can use this as a starting point and build something really beautiful and easily interchangeable. So the color palette that I've isolated for this capsule is black, white, a little bit of gray, and then some soft off-white colors. And those colors all play really beautifully together for something that feels very, very chic, but also really classic. So now I want to go over the shoes and the bag that I've selected for this capsule, and all 3 of these are from Jemmy. They were gifted to me for the sake of this video, and I hand-selected them to coordinate with this capsule. And I'm really excited to be working with them and ultimately share them with you because they work with really high-quality materials, and the construction is absolutely beautiful. And most importantly, they're comfortable straight out of the box. These are some of those shoes that you can put on and wear immediately. There's no break-in period, and that doesn't compromise on the longevity of them either. And I've hand-selected these 2 silhouettes in particular because I wanted something that felt a little bit more on trend, so the pointed toe black flat, but then also something that was classic. And then I also wanted to include a loafer because loafers are really practical for everyday wear. They're something that's really comfortable. They always look a little bit more polished, and being able to incorporate that into your wardrobe can be a good way to bring some of that structure in and give you a great daytime shoe that still feels a little bit more put together than maybe something that you would think of when you think of a casual or comfortable shoe. Another thing that's really great about Jemmy is that their styles feature unique details that enhance not only the style but also the comfort level. So they have really lightweight soles. They feel like nothing on your feet. They have hidden wedges in a lot of the flats, so you get a little bit of that lift and some of that arch support, but it doesn't kind of alter the silhouette of the shoe at all. Also for the loafers, they're made of a really beautiful suede, and I've mentioned suede in a lot of my past videos because it's very chic and there's something very understated about it. It's got that great texture to it, and especially in a color like this, it's a little bit more unexpected. It reflects back light ever so slightly and coordinates really beautifully with a monochromatic outfit. It's also something that's really versatile for most of the year because you don't really think of this color for the fall, making it feel a little bit more unexpected, a little bit more elevated, but then you can very easily also continue this color into the spring. And then for the flats, I chose black because I love black and it matches my hair like I've mentioned before. I have a lot of black pants in this capsule, so I wanted that fluidity within the silhouette and the color. And then also I wanted this because it matches with the bag. And also here I wanted to call out that specifically with this bag, I selected something that could be versatile for those of you that maybe have to go into the office, or maybe you have to carry some more things with you throughout the day. And this is really great because it has a lot of space on the inside, but it's also really comfortable to hold. And it's not too big. I'm 5'3" for reference, and I don't find it to be too oversized at all. And then I also chose it in black because one of my favorite tips when it comes to selecting a handbag is to go for a color that matches your hair or something that's as close to your hair as possible. So by going for the black flats and the black bag, you automatically have a cohesive color palette palette, but then you can also wear that with the other colors because tying it back to your hair means that there's always something for that to reference, and it just ties it all together so beautifully. So now let's go over the pieces that I've isolated for this capsule wardrobe. I've kept the number really small because I wanted to really focus in on the interchangeable nature of a capsule, and then more importantly, I wanted to highlight that if you take one piece that you love but then maybe slightly change the silhouette, that can give you a lot of versatility. And then also you can use something really small to then build slowly on top of. So whether you're using this as inspiration for a capsule for your whole wardrobe, or you're using this like I am to kind of lean into something new, hopefully these can give you that type of inspiration. So with that in mind, let's go over the tops first. And I really wanted something that was off the shoulder that's really popular right now, but it's also something I love. So I went with an off the shoulder off-white top that I've had for a few years, something that's a nice medium weight, and especially where I live, it's something that's really great for this time of the year because it doesn't get that cold and it stays pretty warm for a while, so something a little bit more exposed is ideal for that. I also included a basic black tank top, and this is really great again if you live somewhere warm like I do, because I can use this to layer up and also wear it by itself while it's still very warm. And then to kind of dress up that vibe a little bit more, I went with a boat neck top, and specifically one in the color black. And it's got these great kind of like half, almost 3/4 sleeves, and I really love that silhouette for me personally. It's a little bit dressy, but it's a little bit more relaxed also. It's that perfect sweet spot that I'm always looking for, and especially in the fall, I find that a boat neck is really classic and great for different earrings and accessories, and really versatile for layering onto underneath other things. And then I also included a striped top. It's been a while since I've worn a striped top, so I wanted to kind of bring this back in, make sure that I was still styling it in a way that felt authentic to me, and then most importantly, make sure that I wasn't losing sight of what's in my closet so that I can pull things back out and make them feel fresh again. And then I also included a white sweater, and I really like this again as you start to transition. If you live somewhere colder, you might have more sweaters than I do at this time of the year, but especially as it's still a little bit warm, this is mostly just needed as a layering piece or if I get a little chilly, and then more importantly to kind of bridge that gap. And I chose this one in particular because I wanted something in a nice neutral color. I want to really lean into white and see if it's something that's still working for my wardrobe, or if I'm going to gravitate more towards softer whites, kind of like the top that I'm wearing. And using a sweater in that color I think is a good springboard. And then I also wanted to go for something cropped because I want to really start playing around with kind of like variations of a classic to make sure that I'm choosing those that are perfect for me and my personal style. And then the last top piece that I wanted to go over is a light tweed jacket, and I chose this one because it's black, it's got the gold buttons, I love gold as you know, and tying that all in and having a jacket that's a little bit more structured I think is great for this. But you could easily do a leather jacket, you could do a bomber style jacket, you could do a trench coat. I'm still looking for my perfect trench coat, but you could definitely bring one of those in at this time of the year. And then for bottoms, I really wanted to lean into pants. I love pants and I think they're great, especially this time of the year. And then I also wanted to highlight this more relaxed feeling, things that are a little bit longer and looser. I'm really loving that, and I also really love pleating. So I went for my pair of high-waisted pleated longer pants. They're in the color black. I love these. I can dress them up or down and they're incredibly comfortable. They're in a really nice light wool material, and I find that to be really great for most of the year. And then I also went for a pair of kind of like off-white. It again plays within that color palette. I think it goes so beautifully with everything. I can color block, I can go for a black top and the white bottom, or I can go for something monochrome. And having that type of intentionality behind these pieces, I find to be really helpful for me because then I can start to play around with the color combinations that I love and then ultimately change them up if I get a little bored. And then I also wanted to show you what a pair of high-waisted but cropped straight leg pants would look like if you're someone that maybe doesn't love the longer trend right now, or you just find it a lot more versatile to have a shorter length, then this is a great option, and it's something that I love and I come back to every year, and I find it to be really classic. It hits me at the perfect spot and it fits me really well and it's really comfortable, and it goes so well again with all of those tops. So I wanted to include that as a variation on what I already have. And then the last bottom that I wanted to talk about is a pair of jeans, and I typically go for either a slimmer cut, like a straight leg, something like a stovepipe. This tends to be my favorite. And I also really love either a really rich blue, something that's got a really great color to it, or I love gray. And so I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone a little bit and go for gray, but in a wider fit. And this is a high waist. It fits nice throughout the hips, but then it's a lot looser throughout the leg. So it's again playing into this more relaxed trend. And I wanted to incorporate this because I wanted to see if it's something that I really love, if it feels like me, if I can style it in a way that feels very current, and ultimately if I can find a way to wear this so that I can enjoy it for beyond just this capsule and kind of stretch my creativity a little bit. And I find that the more you reach for something, the more easily you can kind of come up with new ideas and different shoes and different bags and different tops. So to close everything out, I've put together a lookbook featuring all of these pieces to give you some inspiration. I've put together really versatile neutral outfits. You can definitely use this again as a base to then add accessories. You could bring in great scarves, different jewelry, definitely change up your hair. I tend to film these all in one day, so I have the same hairstyle throughout, but changing up your hairstyle can do a lot for the overall effect of the outfit. And then of course you can experiment with your makeup and all of the other little finishing touches. So I'm gonna link everything that I'm styling down below. You'll find links to the Mgemi pieces right at the top in case any of them caught your eye. And I'll also put all of the sizing information for reference so that you have all of the information you need in case you're interested in any of these. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.